just me. There's no in between. So this
is just me.
Is just me.
Why there is no in between.
So
this ain't my scene, I'll beg my leave. My face ain't clean, this is just me. Some ways I lean, escaping green. I state my dream, not in between. This ain't my scene, I'll beg my leave. My face ain't clean, this is just me. Some ways I lean, escaping green. No in between.
This is just me. A sound, a style, a groove, a rhythm. No in between. I know you have to say what you're given. I'll move on, yeah, I'll move on. 1 minute, then I'm gone. I'm gone. So this is just me. It's a sound, it's a style, it's a groove, it's a rhythm. No in between. I know you have to say what you're given. I'll move on, yeah, I'll move on. 1 minute, then I'm 1 minute, then I'm This is just me. A sound, a style, a groove, a rhythm. No in between. I know you have to say what you're given.
Right. Hello, Facebook and YouTube. It is absolutely fantastic to be here with you again today. I am Miss Dean, and
That would make me Peter.
you think this is Peter. We are here on the Coffee Shop Conversation Show. We are here to give you real answers from real experts for real entrepreneurs. So this is your entrepreneurial hour. Get the lowdown on everything entrepreneurship right here. We are the co-founders of Explore ProTech Entrepreneurial Haven. And the people that you see on the screen right now are our experts. We have personally vetted every single one of them. And they are the best of the best from across the globe. They are here to give you their best value so that you can get the advice that you need to succeed in business. While they are doing that, we will be linking them in the description below. So go and check them out, connect with every one of them. If you feel you need more help from any one of them because of the answers that they gave on the show, go and connect and they will be more than happy to help you. So today, our amazing topic is one of the hottest new trends in entrepreneurship. Today, the questions that we'll be answering is going to be all about influencer marketing basics. It's one of the newest, hottest trends in entrepreneurship, one of the best ways to get your brand out there. It's also creating a lot of opportunity for entrepreneurs to create passive income streams for themselves and to get their names out there as a personal brand. So I am so keen to find out more about this. Before we get going with the first question, tribe members, please remember the way that this show works is me and Peter have collected the questions from real entrepreneurs across the globe. We will be posing those questions to you. If you feel that you want to answer a question, you have to put up the heart emoji in the corner of your screen. We will then cue the hearts and we'll take about 10 to 15 minutes to answer each question. We'll aim to get to between 3 to 4 questions answered for you during this show.
I think, and the nice thing about this is that every single one of these people are from different industries. So you're getting an answer that is so comprehensive. So it doesn't help getting an answer from one perspective. You get an answer from multiple perspectives, and that way it gives you a very full answer. So enjoy.
Yeah, good luck, tribe mates. This is going to be epic, epic, epic. I'm looking so forward to this. Okay, Peter, do you want to cue the first question? This one is from Jasmine from Singapore.
Okay, Jasmine. So the question is, I heard that influencer marketing is one of the hottest new trends in marketing. Please explain what it is.
Do you want to repeat the question?
Okay, so I heard that influencer marketing is one of the hottest new trends in marketing. Please explain what it is.
Amazing. So we have the two Stevens going for it straight away, and then our Bambi bringing up the rear. This is going to be epic. Let's go with Stephen Westwood. What is influencer marketing, please?
I think that's a great question to start with. I like starting from the beginning. So influence marketing is basically utilizing somebody's reputation and utilizing somebody's authority within an industry or within a niche to make sales. That is the short version of what influencer marketing is. There's a whole lot of different channels that you can use. There's a load of different ways in which an influencer or a marketing company can leverage influence to make those sales, but that's basically what it is. Using your authority, using or somebody else's authority to make sales for your business. Stephen Westwood, SPW Copywriting.
Thank you, Stephen. I love that concise answer all the way from the UK. Awesome. Let's hear from your namesake, Stephen Levy. What is influencer marketing?
Well, I think Steve covered it, so I'm just going to share because you're probably surprised that I put my heart up, because especially on the marketing side. But I have a client that I'm working with who uses influencers, and this is where I really got into the depth of what it's about. So first of all, she uses the influencers to market her villas. And what I learned from it is, first you have to have a clear definition of what influencer is and why you're using those influencers. Because there are a lot of influencers out there that won't necessarily do justice to what you want and achieve outcomes, but they are very powerful using the correct influencers. So that's the one thing I want to share. The other thing I want to share is that the influencers themselves must be very clear that they're there to showcase your goods and to promote your goods and not only themselves. So what I've learned, and it's awesome because we always learn from our clients, what I've learned from my clients are those two very important things, because she has experience going through exactly the opposite. And that's how she came. But using good influencers is incredible. I've seen how it's raised her viewership on her site from, like she'll give them one weekend at their villas, and they have to then share it. And her viewership went up from, like, for example, by the Monday, it had gone up from 6,000 to 10,000 viewers because she had the right influences and doing it with for the right reasons and everything else. And that's all I can share on influencing. The rest I'm going to learn from all my colleagues here. And that's Stephen from
brilliant.
Coaching and Beyond.
Well done, Stephen from Dare to Be Coaching and Beyond. That was a freaking fantastic answer. You know, I always love it when we get answers that stem from real experiences and like bringing it back to stories you can tell and experiences that you've had, and like just adding the statistics on there really illustrates how powerful it can be when used correctly. So thank you, Stephen. What a fantastic answer. I wish I could meet your client and all the influencers. You must tell us, which villa does she go to? Which villa do we have to go to be one of her influencers?
How much influence do we need to go to a villa?
Yeah, for free.
You are going to meet her. We're going to have coffee together. You, Peter, and her, and myself.
That sounds great.
That is the power of networking in practice. I'm very happy now. Thank you, Stephen. Awesome. Okay, let's hear from Resident Bambi, Megan Deers, Megan Creative.
Thanks, Stephen. I think Stephen Westwood got it very concisely answered there, and Stephen Levy gave us some background on his personal perspective there, or insight. But just a reminder to also keep in mind that it's a collaborative effort between you your business and the influencer, and make sure that it's a two-way street, because you are looking to gain exposure for your product by linking up with them, working with them. And so they will also gain added influence through your product, but also they will be getting free products or payment of some sort. It's not always a matter of payment, but they will be getting something out of it as well, aside from added influence. So make sure that you match it up well, the person or the company that you're using to influence your product. Just make sure that it's something that enhances your reputation at the end of the day. Oh, and that's Megan from Megan Creative. Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. And you should know, because you work with all of those celebrities in the music industry.
Yeah, one of those.
Hashtag so jealous. Hashtag can't wait for your show on YouTube. Whatsup? Okay, cool. Let's hear from Declan. Declan, you stopped by just to actually speak about this topic. So I'm so looking forward to hearing what you have to say. Mr. Community Builder right here. No pressure, Declan. What's your answer? What is influencer marketing?
I just wanted to take what Megan and Stephen were saying just a little bit further. And when you're picking your influencer, you need to think about the customer that you want. So I would start at the end goal. So there's two kind of things that you look at. You can look at your influencers, how many followers they have, and what type of reach that they can get. But if your reach is reaching, you should be in a situation where you're picking your customers. And if you are getting customers for customers' sake, you might just get once-off purchases instead of your lifetime member. So I think picking your customer is important. And who is the customer that you want? Visualize who that is. And that's actually something that I've learned through the tribe really recently. So pick your customer. And then when you know who that person is, instead of going for the influencer who's got 1 million views, 1 million followers, you might just pick one that has 10,000, but then you're going to get 10,000 customers that are yours, that you want, that you know that you will reach and make the most impact on. So I think that's way more important. So start with the end in mind, and then you can pick your influencer. And I'm Declan from Yak and Let's Yak, and I'm done.
Amazing. Thank you, Declan. Someone has been speaking to Stevens. That's awesome. I love that. It was what a brilliant value add. It was amazing.
Stephen is biting at the bit.
Just go for it, Stephen.
I am. Okay, so Declan's actually raised a really good point. So in terms of influencers, the most beneficial type of influencers is known as a micro influencer. That's somebody who has less than 100,000 followers. And the reason why that is because they tend to have the most engagement with their audience. Now, in terms of platforms that your influencers are going to be on, Instagram is still the top. Then it's Twitter, then Facebook, then YouTube, and so on. But Declan's right. You have to have your end goal in mind. You have to have your target in mind. It's pointless going for an influencer who specializes in, like what Steve said, villas, if the influencer themselves actually specialize in cooking, cookware. So it's all about the audience that they have, not about who they are or how many of them there are. Yeah, that's all I wanted to add on to the point that Declan made.
Thank you, Stephen. What a valid point. Next up, let's see if I didn't actually know Instagram was top. I thought YouTube was, but like, hey, that's why we have experts, right? So we don't have to know everything ourselves. I'm learning a lot already. Thank you. Janine from Jelani Sales, you're looking so lovely today. What is influencer marketing all about?
Hi, Nazveen. Thank you so much. Hi, Jasmine, and everyone else listening. So for me, I would rather go this route as to do a discovery call with yourself as to why you want an influencer part of your marketing. That's the one thing. And once you know that discovery, and that goes within the goals, like Declan mentioned, and have the end in mind. So at the end of the day, influencer marketing is really a platform and a marketing campaign that brings collaboration between the brand and the influencer. I'm Janine from Jelani Sales, your virtual sales office.
Brilliant. Thank you, Janine. What an epic answer. And Janine, you're also one of the main reasons why we attracted an actual influencer to the tribe. She's sitting right here on the screen and she had her heart up. So shall we hear from her for the first time ever on the coffee shop show, guys? Taryn Victor, our very own influencer. Taryn, what is influencer marketing?
Hi, everyone. It's lovely to be here and such an honor to be part of the tribe. So I loved all the aspects that everyone gave. Absolutely beautiful. A very simple way to explain what influencer marketing is from my perspective is look at your favorite celebrity that you see. What is it that if you go and look at their pics, you see that somebody is holding a handbag, or if you see most of the pics, they're holding a handbag, or they'll be holding a certain product in all the images. That is influencer marketing. That influencer takes their product and they are marketing it like crazy on their Instagram. So what I love, what I was taking away from today is that look at the different influencers that are out there and don't look at what I absolutely loved what Stephen just said just now is don't worry about the following, because right now for Instagram, engagement is key. You want an influencer who is going to engage with your audience. Number one, the influencer need is the product or service that you are offering. Is that influencer that type of influencer? Are they a beauty influencer, lifestyle influencer? You don't want to, you've got to just be careful that your niche is associated with the correct person, because there you want their audience, your audience to be aligned, because you want their audience to be like, oh, what is that product? I love that handbag that so-and-so is holding. I need to know how to get it. Let me DM them. You got to ensure that that influencer is going to come to the game and not all be about them. They're going to say, wow, I actually use this product and I love it. And please, if you would like to get it, it is, and Megan said it just now, it's about a two-way streak. So align yourself with an individual personality that is in line with your product and service and speaking to the market that you are targeting. It's a collaboration at the end of the day, because in the end, you're empowering each other and helping each other grow. So that is what I would say influencer marketing is. And I would recommend do your research. Who do you want to be aligned with? Check do your research. How do you want to grow? Because how they are perceived, they will reflect on your brand as well. But I do absolutely admit that is a great, great, great tool to market your product and service and get it out there. Thank you, Nestine.
Thank you, Taryn. And that is Taryn Victor from Phoenix Media, your resident influencer and also marketing specialist. Taryn, that was beautiful. Thank you so, so much. It's so amazing to hear, all the different answers and from all the different perspectives. So someone that has coached someone that uses influencers, from someone that is an actual influencer, from someone that has studied how to actually use influencers and has a course out there on how you can become one.
Well, I think that because we've got such comprehensive answers, if you are in a space where you are considering going that route of using influencer marketing, if you don't understand what it is or how you can utilize it, I think by the end of the session, you'll have a much better idea as to what you need to do to actually start that process. So let's get into those answers. I'm loving this.
Jasmine, I hope that answered, I'm pretty sure that answered your question. If you need more, just hit us up in the comments. We'd love to chat back to you. All of us are here for you. Next question is from Gabriel. Peter?
Ooh, okay, from Gabriel. So Gabriel, this is Gabriel's question. Is influencer marketing accessible for small business? How would I go about finding influencers who want to market my stuff?
So how would I go about finding influencers who want to market my stuff?
By the way, this is a question we need answered. So
yes, we need a lot of influencers. Also, if you are an influencer, get in touch. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's go to Stephen Westwood. Hard up first.
Hi, again, a fantastic question. So just some quick background. Influencer marketing has greatly increased over the last 5-6 years. So in 2015, for example, there was 240 marketing agencies specifically for influencer marketing. That's increased to over 1,300 now. Then if you look at the industry as a whole, it's predicted that by the end of this year, it's going to be a 13.4 billion, I believe, US dollar industry. Now, when you're looking at the influencer, first of all, I think it's a great question, but can you just repeat the question for me because of the way it's worded?
Okay, so the question is influencer marketing accessible for small business? And how would I go about finding influencers who want to market my stuff?
Okay, so first of all, you don't go and find influencers who want to market your stuff. That is the wrong mindset to have. You're looking for influencers to collaborate with on products and services that you're offering to get that message out there. It is a collaboration. It's not about marketing. Influencers don't see themselves as marketers. As such, they see themselves as passing on information and being authentic and being credible. And people like what the influencers are providing. Now, the first part of that question involved the fact that it's a small company. So just to give you a quick example, I know that 62% of businesses that have less than 100 employees actually have a budget for influencer marketing. On top of that, 17% of businesses put half of their yearly marketing budget towards influencer marketing. It is I don't want to use the term goldmine, but it is accessible. Now, on top of that, you have to think of whether influencer marketing is right for you. So it depends on what you're selling. It depends on what product or service you've got. It depends on how you want to approach your market. It depends on who your market actually is. Now, 80% of women specifically use social media as a way to get information on something that they want to buy before they actually make that purchase. That's why social media is very important for your influencers. That being said, men are affected too, by the way, are impacted too. They like to use social media. It's just the statistic is 80% of all women who use the internet rely on social media. So that being said, is your product or service something that is marketable through social media? For example, I'm a copywriter. So rather than me relying on influencers on my product, I have to build my own reputation. I have to build my own credibility. But I can use influencers to help me increase that credibility. I can collaborate with influencers to help me increase my reach. So there are ways to do it. You have to have that end goal in mind. Like Declan said earlier, you have to know who you're targeting. You have to know why you're targeting them. Any business can use influencer marketing. You just have to understand what it is you want to get out of it. Okay, so I'm going to stop being Westwoodopedia. Thank you for that, Declan. I'm Stephen Westwood from SPW Copywriting. Thank you very much.
Stephen, I love it. You have to come back with the stats every single time. I'm just loving it. It's so interesting. Westwoodopedia, I like that. Let's hear from, like, my mind is just going like, I learned so much now. Let's hear from Tyron. So Tyron, how do you find an influencer to market your stuff?
All right. Stephen, you are awesome. You are absolutely awesome. A wealth of knowledge and information. I love it. All right. So I'm going to come from two aspects with this. As an influencer, I want to collaborate with people who are in line with my niche and with who I am targeting. So how you would get my attention, or how I would recommend a way to get your influencers' attention to get in touch with them. There are ways. You can contact the PR companies that they are with, because a few influencers will be with PR companies, and that you can contact those PR companies directly and say, hi, my name is so-and-so, this is the service and product that I offer. Would it be possible if I could have an online call or meet with this influencer, as I believe that they resonate well and there's a possible collaboration? Then they will go onto the influencer and, you know, get your response that way. Another way that I think is a really good way is like and follow that influencers' pages and go and comment. So go comment on the things that they like, tag them in posts, and also share to stories. So when they share stories and they share really awesome posts, share that because they value that. Real influencers value that. They value the support that you're giving, because without a following and people supporting them and engaging, they can't be influencers. We can't be influencers if we don't have people there, if it's just ourselves. So you can contact them there directly. You can go through their agencies if they're with an agency, or get their attention by not spamming them, but tag them in posts. Say, I really like this, and give good engagement, like, wow, I really like this product. I tried this product. Thank you so much for recommending it. It helped so-and-so, my family member. And then tag them in their stories. Eventually, they'll know when they notice, and they'll start liking those posts and that, depending on their following and who they are and what industry they are in. And then you can send them a message. I mean, there is people that I've contacted and they've replied back, tested, say, I really like this. Send them a DM on Instagram, preferably. Send them a message and say, hi, I would like to collaborate. Please, can I have your contact details or your agent's contact details? So those are just some of the ways that, as an influencer and also as one who would like to get in touch with other influencers and so on, that's how I would do it. So that's the approach that I would come. Thank you so much, Taryn Victor from Phoenix Media.
Awesome. Something that you mentioned, Taryn, was do not spam them. Just a word of advice: nobody likes to be spammed. Nobody likes hundreds of messages, and that is a sure way to not get an influencer, because the moment it's spammy, they do not want to do any business with you. So it has to be authentic. It has to be real. Stay away from the spam.
That's a way to get blocked by your favorite influencer. But that was such valuable advice, Taryn. And I want all of you to actually go back and listen to that again when you're looking at the replay, because literally that is such a powerful process. It sounds like it should be kind of like common knowledge, but it's really not. And most of us, I can guarantee you, don't do it or don't do enough of it. So really, in terms of getting in touch with the right influential people who's going to make your brand visible, Taryn just gave you gold right there. So thank you so much, Taryn. Okay, on to Switzerland. Andras, is it cold right there or is it hot over there?
It's a little bit rainy.
Rainy Switzerland then. Okay, from a rainy Switzerland, Andras, how do we get influencers who want to market our stuff?
All right, before we begin answering that question, I would like to take a step back, because this person asked, okay, how can these small entrepreneurs, small businesses afford to spend on influencer marketing? And of course, there's ways to find those people, to find those matches and collaboration. But if you take a step back, I always ask, depends on your product and business, how about marketing yourself first? As Stephen mentioned, we also are our own brand if you are selling our services. So that's, I think, a very, very important point. Before I let others to sell my services, I need to be very clear on who I am, who is my target audience, and how I stand up, what am I wearing, what am I selling, and so on. So once those things are clear, once I spend time and effort and energy bringing up myself to a good level, I think then it makes sense to find those influencers. And maybe the influencers is, I don't like this word, right? Let me be honest. I specifically don't like, because it doesn't apply to my industry, but it applies to many, many industries. I would look for people, for collaborators. And very simple example, I have a YouTube channel, I want to grow it. So now someone reached out to me on LinkedIn, he wrote, okay, let's collaborate. And immediately after just one talk, we said, let's do a podcast together. So we have a podcast about entrepreneurship. And now we have a visibility, both of our channels are growing and so on. And I also reached out to other people on Instagram, YouTube, and so on. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But the more you interact with other people, the more you engage, the more they will engage with your content as well. And then you basically start this collaboration, then maybe you can get your product out there, the service, they will recommend you, and so on. You start working together. So I guess it's all about building up this relationship, this connection, and take it from there. And I think probably that's a good place to start, to find those people who are connecting with you, who resonate with you, who have the same kind of, let's say, message or target audience. If you share the target audience, you can share your products. If you're similar, you know, maybe you think someone is your competitor, but you could collaborate in a certain project, maybe something small, may be one product, and now you have a collaborator, now you have a partner, and you can share your target audience. And already you reach the same means in a different way, and maybe it's more efficient in the long term. So to answer the original question, yes, reach out to those people, find those people, but definitely with the smaller audiences to start with, and see what works the best. Get the statistics, get the feedback, make those collaborations, build the trust, and make those engagements happen. Take action. I'm András Kapros, your business and mindset coach. All the best.
Thank you, András. I love that. András just reminding us that to get in touch with influencers, treat them like humans. Try that. You know, build a relationship, collaborate. There's no such thing as competition right now. It's called co-opetition. Competition is not hot anymore. Co-opetition, collaboration, that's hot right now. Thank you, András. So valuable. And again, like, just to highlight what you said about, you have to know what you're selling before you're going to get anyone else to sell it for you. That is super, super important. And that's something we learned the very hard way with Stephen Westwood. Get your messaging clear first, and then you can actually go out and communicate with people.
I think our message is pretty clear now, isn't it?
I think we're getting there.
It's pretty clear.
I mean, Stephen is like a very, very, very pedantic coach, but
which is great.
It's great. We're getting there. So yeah, no, treat them like humans. Beautiful, beautiful information all the way from Switzerland. Okay, let's go to Nigeria for a second. Matthew, you had your heart up. So how do we find influencers who want to market our stuff?
Yeah, so everybody has given such valuable advice. You know, you have to know what you're selling, you have to be able to find the right people, and you have to approach them in the right way. Don't spam them and all of that. So I just want to give one key advice that I think has helped me so far. So it's very important to get your ducks in a row. So as a small business, you might think, okay, especially if you're just starting up or if you are still the only employee in your company, you might think I don't really have the budget to pay influencers, that kind of thing. So that's where collaboration comes in, and everybody has spoken a lot about collaboration. So when you are proposing a collaboration, it's very important to get your ducks in a row. So you want to know, what is this person going to do for me? What will I get out of the deal? I also want to be able to state very clearly what they will get out of the deal, because you have to think about the fact that they are also business owners, and there's nothing business owners hate more than you wasting their time. So if you are going to go through all that trouble of getting my attention, you need to be very clear about what I will get out of the deal. So I'll give you an example. I've been trying to collaborate with a couple of people in my niche. So I'm a freelance copywriter and I focus on health and fitness. So I've been trying to collaborate with a lot of personal trainers to try and tell their stories and help people who are in the industry to get healthy and all of that. So the first few people I approached, they never really got back to me. And it was only after I started looking at my approach that I realized that what is in it for them is not so clear. So because my content is going to be available for an online audience, and then their clients are mainly physical clients, then it's very unlikely that they actually get clients out of the content that I write. So I had to look for a different benefit that they will get from the collaboration. So I can't pay them for their time and I can't get them clients. What else can I do for them? So I talked about them getting credibility out of it. So there's just going to be more content out there to prove that they are experts at what they do. And then there's a lot to show that they have been able to accomplish all these things. So now I have everything I need. I have what they will get from the deal. I have what I will get from the deal. And I'm in a better position to get them to collaborate with me. So of course, if you have a large marketing budget and you know, okay, I'm going to be able to pay this influencer so amount, then this might not be such an important step for you. But if you know that you're working on a tight budget and you really need them to see the value in collaborating with you, then you need to make sure that all these points are set even before you reach out to them. Because if you do and then they don't like it, then it's very difficult for you to get back their attention and say, okay, now I know what I'm doing. So yeah, my name is Matthew. I'm from freelancematthew.com. I'm a freelance copywriter.
That is amazing. I love how you're sharing from your actual journey.
Was something I really like is that, especially if you are a one-man show, you've just started your business, you don't have budget, then what Andros and what Matthew were talking about is a process that you can actually use where you can reach out and find influencers, but in a collaboration process that is beneficial both to yourself and to the other person. So, and that's what relationships are all about. So if you're forming relationships with people that have the same message, they have the same target audience, they have the same mindset, they are as determined as you are to succeed, very important, then collaborating with those people becomes a relationship, and naturally influence comes out of that relationship. So if you are working on tight budget, which is something that we have experienced, collaborate, because that's where all of these people come from. These people didn't come out of thin air. There's a collaboration process. We have built something together, and collaboration is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So,
And you're becoming a master of it, Matthew. Absolutely amazing. I love it.
I see Mr. Levy is...
Megan also had her heart up. Okay, so let's do, didn't you, Megan? Yes, let's do Megan, Tyron, Stephen, and then speak fast because we want to do another question before we before we hop off.
We will do. I just wanted to quickly add to that. Make sure your timing is correct, because yes, a small business can get involved in influencer marketing. Make sure your timing is correct for yourself, for your product. Make sure that your marketing is solid, and make sure that you've got the best product out there that people want to be influencers for. I think that's ground level, and move it from there. Megan from Megan Creative, thanks very much.
Awesome, thank you. Tyron, let's hear from you.
Okay, I just want to say quality over quantity. Get over the mindset that you are small. You're not small. You are a business, you're starting out and you are making an impact. They all, just what Megan said just now, we are, every single influencer started somewhere. So they have been where you have been in some form or another. And a great way also just to collaborate. It doesn't always have to start off with business. There are a lot of beautiful initiatives that influencers are now supporting with regards to the cleanup and restoration with everything that's happening right now. Get involved in initiatives as well. At the end of the day, you're building a relationship with that person. You want to build that relationship. So start off by supporting with their local initiatives and communities, and don't underestimate the power that you have as an individual for your business. You're just starting out, you're not small, you're passionate, you have that drive, and they are going to see it. And one way that you can recognize by engaging with them, when you engage, you're creating interest. And when you share with their stories, and then have a look at your stories. I've had a look at my stories, and I've actually had one or two celebrities that are influencers that have actually looked at my stories. When they start looking at your stories, you know that they have that you have generated a spark of interest in them. Carry on that engagement. Don't underestimate the passion and the influence that you have, and that the power of collaboration can start and manifest something so big and beautiful. That's Taryn Victor from Phoenix Media.
Love it, Tyron. Thank you. Over to Stephen.
Yeah, and Christine, I just wanted to then share also an actual experience with this client that I was chatting about in answer to the small medium enterprise. So their business is, I would say, leans more towards medium enterprise, but it's not a big business. Their villas in renting out have taken a bit of a hit, like everybody, during the time of COVID. That's when she pulled the influencers in. And in terms of how much does it cost, it didn't cost her anything. The villas were standing empty, so she gave them a villa for the weekend to stay in exchange for promoting that villa. and they had their best June ever through influencers, and it didn't cost her anything. The villa was standing empty anyway. So I hope that answers your participants, your viewers' question in terms of it doesn't necessarily always have to be in a financial outlay. If you have a product, like Taryn said, if you have a product that they value, they will promote it for you if they get use of that product. There doesn't have to be money exchanging hands.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stephen Levy from Dare to Be Coaching and Beyond. I do that so naturally. Awesome answer. No, like for sure. Like, and it's such a beautiful story how influencer marketing actually saved a small business. And it's just, again, it proves my point. There's always something that you can do. That's basically what you guys have been saying. Like, a lot of people get stuck and they're like, yeah, the economy is horrible right now. Like, let's just give up. No, make a plan.
So in essence, whether you are a huge company with a marketing budget that you can literally go
and buy influence,
buying influence, or whether you are the other end of the spectrum, which is a tiny little business, the process is similar, it's slightly different, but you have access to exactly the same process. Mm-hmm. So whether you are a one-man show or a one-woman show, or whether you are a big corporate, it is irrelevant. You can actually follow this process and build those relationships and gain influence in the process. So have fun doing it.
That's actually where I pulled one of our other tribe members from the benches. She's been hiding in the corner quietly. I don't know why. Deborah, you're one of the most connected people on the planet. And small business owner, you want to tell us what your secrets are?
Look, my industry is a lot more to do with community development. That's really where my biggest heart is. And I think really as an influencer, or, also I think much like Andres says, not really my favorite word. It's about, for me, collaboration, building businesses, finding the building blocks, getting the steps, putting the puzzle pieces together, creating the framework. That's really, for me, so magical, because with working with the community and having a lot of people, like you spoke about just now, being stuck, even in this chaotic situation that we're in right now, it's like I'm so eager just to get my running shoes and get out there, because I want to say, you know what, it doesn't matter where we are, but it's like where you're going, So for my approach, is always about, let's look at the bigger picture, let's see what's out there. Let's look at, where the gaps are. How do you fill the gaps? And then, coming to a place of where, you're working, you're networking, you're letting people know, what you're doing. So for me, building relationships is a massive thing, but it's also building relationships. I believe, there is something called the seven areas of influence. Which is quite a big thing, but I won't quite go into it. But it's, for instance, like it's in your media, your education, your e-commerce, there's a few aspects. So because of the experience that I've had, I found it very important to fill each of those areas, so that when I come to a situation, for instance, like where we are right now, and I know that I need to connect, for instance, to a government level or to an educational level, I've built those relationships or those influence that I'm able to step into any of those areas of influence. So I just think that it's very important that we also don't limit ourselves to where we are an influencer, but I do agree that we need to be sure of where our greatest strength is and follow that strength, so that you focus on that. So as an impactor, I love, working with people where, if that light bulb that light is off, I want them to switch that light off, and I want them to see that there's opportunity and get out there and let them know, you know what? Tomorrow happened, but yesterday happened, but tomorrow lies ahead. So as a motivational coach, that's my passion.
Deborah, if anybody has hit the nail on the head, and influencer marketing is not only about marketing a product. And like Deborah just said, being connected to the right people, having the right influence is not just selling a product, it's also being connected to a particular industry. So that if you have a particular project running, you have those connections in those arenas so that you can actually step into a project and make that project successful. So it's not just about numbers and sales and selling, and it's about being connected. And I think if anybody has ever on the face of this planet pulled that off, Deborah, you are queen.
Yeah, you mean everyone's doing that right now on the screen. I don't think you guys can actually see. I'll give you the gallery view. Do again what you did when Deborah's finished talking. Everyone was so freaking happy. So Deborah, you hit the nail on the head. Thank you so much. And that just proves, again, small business love, hashtag small business love. You got this. Doesn't matter where you are, where you're starting, you can do this. Just get out of your own way and start doing it. Love it. Thank you, Debbie. Guys, I actually decided we have so many more questions about influencer marketing streaming in. We will do this again next week because the rest of the questions are kind of focusing around how do you now become an influencer. So I actually want to give that like a proper airtime. And I'm looking forward to us answering some questions around that next time. For now, what I really want us to do is to close off. And we actually have a very, very special close for you guys today. So you're all going to be very happy that you stayed until the very end. So we have Coaching with Heart, Rita Skuman, breakthrough coach, here with us, and she is going to just close off this meeting on a very, very positive note so that you can go into the weekend with some awesome positive vibes. Keep vibing and keep making money because this tribe is going onto the Forbes 500 list together. Rita, over to you.
Christine, thank you. That's the this is the influencing part. That's my contribution. I am at the moment my own influencer. So I want you all just to sit back, and I'm going to use the quick coherence technique from HeartMath. And it's a very simple technique that we can use every day, everywhere. I want you to sit back. You don't need to close your eyes. Just sit back, relax. And I want you to focus on your breath. Just focus on your breath. Feel the breath go in your nostrils, down into your diaphragm, into your stomach, and feel that stomach expand, that balloon that sits inside there expand. Just feel it. Just concentrate on your breath. Don't force it. Just let it be as what it is right now. Just concentrate on your breath. I want you to feel that breath flow into your body. I want you to become aware of your heart. I want you really to feel that heart pumping inside your chest. Put all your attention to your heart. I want you to become aware of an appreciation that you have got for someone or something. Feel that appreciation sitting in your heart. And radiate that appreciation out. Feel your heart. Imagine your heart, that red organ sitting inside your chest. And every bit of appreciation that you have got right now for whatever it is, imagine your heart grows bigger and bigger and bigger. It fills your chest. And take that big heart and let it go out of your chest. and let it fill the room that you are in with that appreciation that you've got. And allow it to fill the universe at this point in time with your appreciation, with your love, sharing it to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. That Rita. I'm so chilled right now. I don't know if I'm coming or going. That was beautiful, though. It was a very, very, very awesome way to just close off a very good lunch break with all of you amazing people from across the globe. YouTube, Facebook, all the entrepreneurs out there, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that you're really focusing on that appreciation, and I hope that you remember wherever you are or wherever you're going, you're not alone, and we will get there together. It is happening.
And you know what? This is something that is actually worldwide. The whole world is battling at the moment, but it doesn't mean we can't all stick together, and it doesn't mean that we can't all just take a moment to just realize that we can actually do more than what we think.
For sure. This has been the Coffee Shop Conversation Show, brought to you by Explore ProTech Tribe, a global network of entrepreneurs. We're a community looking after each other, looking after you, and bringing you real answers from real experts for all you real entrepreneurs out there every single week. We will be back with you again next week, same time, same place. Please remember to like this video, comment, let us know what you liked, let us know what other questions you have. We would love to answer them for you. We have access to so many experts across the globe. Let's bring them all in. Let's give you all the answers.
Yeah, and if you resonate with an answer that somebody gave, their link will be in the description below. Reach out.
Connect with them. All the links are in the description. Go and click and just connect. Let your love flow and abundance will come, because visibility plus credibility plus invincibility equals profitability. And that's what we're here for. We will see all of you beautiful economic warriors next week. Same time, same place. Tribe mates, remember to stay for the after show chat. Love you, Facebook. Love you, YouTube. See you again next week. Bye-bye.